This thing on? I am Dark Soulsing today. I've been quivering a bag of nerves all month, and the only way to appease that constant nervous trembling is to play very stressful video games that fucking do inputs on me without even touching the controller. Thank you. This is going to be that kind of stream, huh? I already cleared this out because everyone's done this, and I'm not interested in. Oh my god, I'm echoey. Hold on. What do I do? How bad is it? Like, is it just me echoing, or is it the everything echoing? Hello, and Naj, hi. Welcome. Always love to see a nice Naj. Hold on a second. Val, should we be asleep? There's some shit going on. Time for sleep and for meds. Thanks for stopping in. Did what I just did. Did what I just did. Did whatever it is I accomplished actually change my voice for the better? Because if not, I'm rolling with it. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Since I'm a funerary art historian by trade, I'm trying to like add some sort of content to this. So, but I don't have much to add other than like, look how cool that is. It's obviously a gargoyle, but it's not functioning as one because it's standing upright and attached to the wall. You would call this a grotesque if you were pedantic, but it's clearly a gargoyle. Moving on. It has yaoi hands. We all have yaoi hands. Unless we don't. Thought there was some loot here. So, the main point of this is I'm going to document all the graveyards in this fucking game as best I can. I don't have binoculars, but here's the first one. It's right outside the entry. Oh my god, Bree, hi. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. But right when you finish the tutorial area, you come outside, your freedom is met with gravestones already. It's presaging the thanatological aspect of this game and its sort of conceptual scope that we're about to enter a dead world. It's also kind of semi-historically accurate. If you were in a battlement like this, you wouldn't have the graves inside. It's a little close, and if this is like this, since this is a pseudo-medieval thing, these should be near a church, and they shouldn't look like this. But we'll get on that later, because aside from being a pseudo-medieval thing, it's also a very distinctly Gothic with a capital G thing, which incorporates anachronisms. I'll get into that a little later, but just the further out we go, the more gravestones we see. Keep this in mind.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall
Here we got Val in video game form. If you're still awake, there you are. So this bird takes you away from
In pilgrimage
that weird asylum, which is kind of in a
to the
no,
land of the ancient lords,
an unknown geographical area. Hey, they did. They put you right there.
Lordran.
And it brings you to Lordran, which is in another indistinct geographical area, but it has a contiguous geography that makes sense. The Undead Asylum does not. I'm skipping this. You might be asking, James, are you an idiot? Why are you leveling faith? And the answer is, yeah, I am an idiot. But I always do int faith runs, even in this game where it's abysmal and completely not recommended. More on that later. But for tonight, I'm not doing a full front to back playthrough of this fucking game if I could help it. I'm just going into the graveyard and the catacombs tonight. So I'm cheesing, taking a shortcut to get what I want. If the controller will let me. Oh, hello. It's odd. Right for it. Yep, that's me. That's where I'm going. I look like hell. I love these little worn statues. They clearly were something at some point, but time has ravaged them. Much like time has ravaged me. Oh no! Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, this is going to be not really great in terms of explaining what the game is about. But, yeah, that is interesting. It does. The crow is sort of a psychopomp, and it's something else too. In the context of the cosmology of this game, the crow is a symbol of the Queen of Vengeance. And as this game unravels and you figure out what exactly it's about, you realize how severely crucial vengeance is to what goes on and what you're doing and why you're even there. I'm going the wrong way. So this is not somewhere I'm supposed to be right now, but this game sort of lets you go wherever you want, more or less. However, I'm doing a shortcut. Damn it. How do I... Oh, okay. So I got the master key. I started with this specifically so I could go into little places and sequence break, which is what I'm doing now. I'm going from the Firelink Shrine to New Londo and opening this gate, which is usually locked. You don't get the master key until much later. And the reason I'm doing that is because, one, I will go in here. That's Blight Town. There's some good loot there that I really want. But I'm not doing that right now. Do it on the way back. I'm getting the Astora Straight Sword, which is a faith-scaling magic damage dealing weapon. And it's very useful for going into the catacombs and killing skeletons that normally respawn endlessly. And it's right here in front of this dead dragon. I also get a nice soul, which are the experience point system in this game. And then I gotta cheese it. Oh god. Okay. So if you look back, he just barfs up putrid vomit until you kill him. But I'm not prepared to do that right now. Or ever. I got my damn sword. I'd like to think those days are behind me. So if we look at the sword, I can't use it yet because I need 10 strength and 14 faith. Being a sorcerer, my faith is ass. So I'm 3 levels away from being able to use it. 1 level, 4 levels. I need 1 strength and 3 faith. So, since I have very little to lose, I might as well go dip in the into Blighttown here, in one of the most reviled stages in this game. You can see the air already turns foul. It's a nice little gross, sickly green filter that shows up right when you go in the cave. We're going in the back way, which is why these men are not facing me. Again, I'm sequence breaking. This is the easy way in. Going in the back, yeah, yes. Aerosol, that's right. But, is this what I want? No. I mean, I'll take it, but... There's a really good wizard staff. There are also these terrible things. Crag spiders. You can see I do no damage. I would do more if I did this. But you can tell I'm not supposed to be here. Oh god. All that for 100 souls. You see those sturges? If you're familiar with D&D, those are sturges. They're pretty much just mosquitoes. They're gonna fuck me up if I don't do something about them now. Lockdown, please. You son of a bitch! Do you see that little meter going? Someone, either that thing or this blow dart man is poisoning me. You could hear the sounds of his blow dart hitting a wall. Oh shit. Hey Bunny. Yeah, sorry, this is terrible timing. I should have thought about that. Yeah, it's Poop Town. I'm not staying here for long. On account of it being Poop Town. Oh no. How do I get to what I want? I don't remember. I haven't played this in a while. That guy will fuck my shit up if I let him poison me. The first time I played this, I despised it, this level, but yeah, it is extraordinarily fun level design. Once you get over the fact that, like, it's scary, it's a lot of fun to just speed run through it. Oh my god. You know what? I don't need this shit. I think this is where I want to go. Hey, man. Yeah, that's it. I got it. And this is a spell I can't use. The jank base at Dark Souls 1. Yeah. I don't even know if this is the worst place. I can't stand... well, Anor Londo's a fucking nightmare, but... what else? What's the one I'm thinking of? Lost Island is just awful. And, like, not even fun or particularly interesting. At least this is interesting. It's got good stuff in it. Oh, who else? The Seats Archives is disgusting. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. So, to reiterate, I got what I wanted, I'm leaving. Never coming back. Yeah, I think that, I never played Demon Souls. I think that's sort of where all of this came from. Like, they literally just threw human waste and, like, uterine lining and dead babies and shit down into this hole. And this is slightly less gross, but only slightly. Miyazaki and his uterine. Oh my god. Yeah, it's very Dante if Dante was like cool. And not some shit talking Italian. It wasn't unfair. It got me where I needed to be. Speed run. And I'm also like a level 2, a level 6 sorcerer. Like, of course that dude's gonna one-shot me. I'm like a pile of nothing. Little level up. Hopefully I have enough to use that damn straight sword. I'm also not fantastic at this game, so I'm under no, like, pretense that my skill will get me anywhere. It won't. Alright, sick. That's, like, just enough. Yeah, exactly. But I'll just... My approach to these games, all of them, basically, is just to sort of smack the controller until, like, I accidentally win. You know, just through force of persistence alone do I get through any FromSoft game. Now, I don't remember where the binoculars are. Do I have to go buy them from that man? The ogre method, exactly. Smack until it works. Yep. I've never actually played with this sword, because I don't do faith builds. Like, enough to where I need this. My method is usually to wait till I get the Divine Ember and then put it on a mace, because that's conceptually apt. To have a faith-based mace. But this is pretty good. Oh, man. Dude, there's that lack of skill. I also, like, tend to button mash. Oh, they're behind me? Are they with the skeletons? Okay, good. You know what? I'm gonna go up and talk to my favorite skeleton anyway, because he's got the heater shield, and I love that thing. Oh my god. It is goated. Thank you for I'm glad you understand. Like, it's not the prettiest shield. It's not the flashiest or most impressive one, but man, it gets the job done. For almost nothing. You just look like a dork. Whoa! Another problem with this game is it's not loading. I tend to button mash, and this game is not forgiving with the button mash because it reads that input regardless of whether or not there's a stage. Okay. So, like, if I hit attack twice, it'll pretty much just attack twice no matter what's going on. That'll fuck me up sometimes. I've played this game a million times. It's never loaded this poorly. Maybe it's because I'm streaming. Here we got one of the great gotcha moments in video game history. It's a dragon. I think if you like run, he'll just step on you. But I crawl on my hands and knees through these games, so that it never actually happens. Yeah, it must be the streaming. No, I'll never run a V2. I'm ashamed of my... Oh, no. I'm ashamed of my... Whoa! Of my appearance, but not that ashamed of my appearance. Alright, do I risk it? Or am I just gonna be patient? Man, fucking what? It's looking... Hello. I bet... No, I'm not spending these. I need that shield. Oh my god. I forgot this, like, source for a starting shield is basically worthless. What? I don't want... There's a man behind here. I don't want him jump scaring me. Here's the best NPC in all of Dark Souls. This man. I didn't mean to do that. Get out of my way. Out of my fucking way.
Now, you seem to have your wits about you.
No, I never murder him.
Customer.
He's my best friend.
Everything's for sale.
I should buy this. It's 1,000? Damn. Like, there he is.
Thank you kindly.
I should buy that key now. I think I need it to, I need it to save the, sorcerer assassin down in the lower burg. Yeah, he's just great. He's very jovial.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave. Here, I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business, or we talk nothing at all. Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And that's it.
Yeah, I'll do that. Let's get to the good shit. There goes the neighborhood. Like, it wasn't in good shape to begin with, though. Let's be real here. Look at this fucking place. It's terrible. It's all gone to shit. There are fucking skeleton men everywhere. Can I open this? I think it's just a bullshit shield. It is. This, it's all banged up, but that means it's useful. It's gotten a lot of play in its life, and now it's in my hands. It's ugly, but so am I. Middenstown? What's that from? I don't get the reference. Yeah, typical English neighborhood. This is pretty much Yorkshire. Like, almost literally, you could walk, like this part right here, you could walk along the walls of York and it almost looks this bad. Yorkshire. Oh, oh no. Is this gonna kill me? I am so scared right now. Oh my god. Yeah, that's fair. There he goes. We have floor. Fucking with you people. Oh, yeah. Can you get out of my way? That's a sick fucking framed thing. I love that little face. Can I sit down, please? Alright. we were just in Blighttown. It loaded fine. Maybe that's why everything else isn't loading right. And it already wasted its resources on Blighttown, and now the rest of the game is fucked. I don't have any souls. I kind of want to get... No, right? It's like the first fucking place in the game. Why is it loading that bad? Well, thanks for stopping in. I'm sorry I can't join. This was really poor timing on my part. But best of luck. I look forward to seeing the video of it. And to everything else in the series. Medulasa, for all of you who are unaware, my pal Bunny, is doing an exploration of the Gothic in music, in timbre, and in style. I don't have the YouTube link handy. You can paste it here. You should probably do that. Or your Twitch channel thing. I'm no good at promotion. So, you know what you're supposed to do. Better than I know what you're supposed to do. There we go, remaking the Gothic. There are at least 2 videos already that I've had the pleasure of seeing. There we go. Check it out, fellas and ladies and everyone else in between. And good luck. Thanks again for stopping in.
This is more important, you're free. How well? I'm Ricky, I was once in a staff of
This is my second favorite man. He's a sorcerer. He's trapped in here forever. I'm not listening to him. He sells you more sorceries that I can't afford. The sort of it's a mixed blessing in Dark Souls 1 that they don't have like an MP system, but you buy spells and then it adds to your ammo essentially. So I could buy these things and have 30 more spells. I already have 30 of these, so I'd have 60. And that would pretty much get me through, like, half of the game.
Smithing help, don't it?
Like, I wouldn't even have to worry about upgrading anything. I already forgot how much it costs. 2,000? Oh, fuck it.
Smithing, don't they?
I'll come back later. Alright, to the catacombs. Catacombs. And it's another sort of caveat in this game that you look like a dickhead until like way late in the game when you get decent looking armor. But, you know, that's alright. I didn't do that. I didn't touch a single button. What's going on? It's a jaunty cab. It doesn't fit my head. It looks stupid. It looks like a reverse. Is it even reverse? It looks like one of those goddamn aging punk rocker dickhead hats. I hate it. I'm taking it off. It's pissing me off just looking at it. Alright. Where was I? Graveyard. Please go. Thank you. Can't get wet now. Damn, I got wet. So this is another, like, this, just like how I was down in that little sunken area. I was not supposed to be there. There would have been a very severe wall that prevents me from going any further. This is another such area, but the wall isn't as severe. It's just these things will fuck you up. See how little damage they're taking? So it's sort of a sign you're not supposed to be here at this level. But I got one thing on my mind, and it involves being here. Smash my way through it. Now, because I have this fancy Faith Sword, yeah, right, here's where most people come to get that Zweihander, which I never use because I'm not a strength guy. Yeah, it's the classic Dark Souls strength weapon. And you get it right here. This is a sorcerer run. I'm doing a sorcerer faith build because I'm stupid, and even though it's terrible in this game. But I'm not really doing a run. I'm sitting here taking screenshots of all the burial areas in this game, which are fortunately located right here. Yeah, nothing against this Zweihander, just something against me for playing these horrible builds. I don't think I can take this guy. Great. Yeah. Yes, it is a magic build. I'm fresh out the gate. I think I'm level 10 or some shit, so I'm doing no damage. I got a faith weapon that I stole from Zombie Dragon. Got the Baja Blast Bolt that aren't doing much, but they keep me alive. I'll preface this, or post-face this. I'm not good at this game, so I'm already aware. Please. Help. I like how I miss all of these. They don't sell Baja Blast anymore. I don't drink any of that stuff anyway, so I wouldn't know. What I really need is the binoculars. I don't remember where they... Oh, they're right there, aren't they? Well... Rip! That's alright, I kind of knew that. That was gonna happen. It's not in a place with an easy exit. But that's okay, I got my... How do I click these? There it is. Okay. I need these on, Yes. Be careful with that phrasing, I don't do skeletons. Not a necrophiliac. These are like classic Western fantasy skeletons. The very best. I think the ones in Demon Souls are due to look like skeletons, and it's not as fun. The plan here... Yeah, I'm not even playing the game. I'm just taking screenshots. I'm trying to get a screenshot of all the gravestones in this game. It's for a project I'm doing. I'm assembling a database of graveyards in video games, graveyard levels, and can't do it without this one. No! No, I don't. It's not even a video. It's a website. It's currently down. Because my host is a pain in the ass. They fucked up their DNS servers. I think I'm going to come back here. I need some, like, levels. So, I'm struggling here. So I'm going to take a detour and actually play the fucking game the way it's intended for a bit. But if you're curious for later, the website's called Iconograve, ICONO, grave.com. But like I said, it's down on account of fuckery beyond my control. When I get to the next bonfire, I'll type it in to chat. I just cooked them? I don't think I cooked them. I think they cooked me. Here we go again. For my website? No, there are no skeletons on it yet. It's just gravestones. There it is. Thank you, Aerosol. Can you check and see if it's up? I don't think it is. If it were up, yeah, thank you. I got pretty good... Well, this is just a one-person project, so I have to go screenshot all these games and make it to the graveyard levels in question. So I did pretty good for the start of it, I think. I got all the classics, Legend of Zelda 1 and 2, and Link to the Past. Yeah, I'm starting to stream it now. Stream the website? Yeah, I don't think that'll work right now. But stream the process. Yeah, this is sort of the first time I'm doing that. I'm a little late on the streaming aspect of everything. Not to toot my own horn, I just finished a PhD and I had no time. 0 time. But now I do. So, we're trying, it's a humble beginning. It's lagging? Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. No, don't be sorry. It's not nothing for you to be sorry about. It's me. I accrued all this debt. Don't know how to stream. I should be apologizing to you, dear viewer. Sights in mind for Dark Souls about the graveyards. I was just in the catacombs. Well, in the spot before the catacombs. There are some odd little statues in the catacombs that are not quite gravestones, but they should be included anyway. I'm going to eventually have to do 2 and 3. There aren't many in 2, but 2 has an interesting game feature where if you kill an NPC, that you could do transactions with, they'll come back there'll be a tombstone for them, and you could engage with that and still get the transactions. No other Souls game, as far as I know, does that. And I don't know any other game that does that, period. But that's a little easier than 3, which has gravestones in every fucking area of the game. It's gonna be a nightmare. Taking all those screenshots. Aerosol in the chat could attest to this. I did this with Bloodborne when they were visiting. And it was like, there's too many gravestones. And that's just in Bloodborne, never mind Dark Souls 3. It is indeed the graveyard dimension. And it's conceptually apt. Beginning even here, it's sort of the I mentioned this earlier in the stream. When you come out of the undead asylum, there are tombstones there right at the end of that level, and it sort of presages the notion that you're entering a world that's dying. It's very tacit, but that is in spades in Dark Souls 3 and in Elden Ring. Okay, buddy. Elden Ring is another one where there's just their gravestones like sticking out of the geography, jutting out of cliffs. And Bloodborne's like that too, just not quite as wild as Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring. Oh, I forgot they do that. Practice my parry, because this man's gonna fuck me up if I don't get it. Or I could just cheese him. Try to parry him. I'm fucking sick. Damage wasn't so sick. Do that again. Oh no. Oh no. Back to the coward route. Can you go? God damn it. No, come on. Idiot. Get up. Oh no. Does he always drop that, or did I get lucky? I don't care, I'll take it either way. That's another thing. I should be talking about the Gothic element of this game. Gothic with a capital G. It is set in a pseudo-medieval European fantasy setting. There's some weird temporal disjunction going on with the graveyards that I'll discuss when I get to them again. And in other things that we'll see. But another very emphatic Gothic element of this game is those big giant armored men who are... It's not even a man in armor, it's just an animated suit of armor. It's this haunted armaments that just persists in non-existence, which is a very clear homage, even an incidental homage to the Castle of Otranto from 1764, which one of its defining features is an enormous suit of armor that's just supernaturally possessed. There he is. I don't think I'll have too much of struggle with this man, but you never know. I can't believe you're 12 years old. mean, last I checked, you were 9. Welcome in, Orbis. I'm assuming this is the Orbis I know and not some tangential, unrelated Orbis. All is well, going until this big man shows up, and then I run. There are several ways to kill this man. I take the coward route every time, because I am a coward. You run up here, two-hand your weapon, and then plunge on him. Yep, exactly, it's the way. Now I run haul ass the other way? My roll is so bad. Kite him over here. Roll under the legs. Run back. It's not pretty, it's not honorable, but I'm neither of those, so it fits. It occurs to me now, the pain in the ass with this game as opposed to the other Souls games is you can't teleport out the gate like you can in the other ones, so I gotta run all the way back to the graveyard. Whenever I want to run back to the graveyard. I'm pretty sure there's a little shortcut here, but something I forgot about until right now. Can I make it? No. I don't think I can. Get up, you fool. Y'all remember that dragon from earlier? It just showed up to wreck my shit. There he is. There are little safe alcoves here. I was trying to get to it. I didn't. If you haul ass past him, you get to that little bonfire up there, then he just goes away. But I'm not in the mood right now. I'm not in the mood to commit my failures further to video than I already am. We go under. Go under. I mean, the very first time I played this game, I couldn't get past this man. And now I'm embarrassed to recall that. Because you just get past it. This is another little gauntlet if you're not great at the game. But I learned sort of later on, you make a choke point, and then you get the enemies in here. If you can ever do a choke point in this game, and you have a weapon that just thrusts ahead, that'll get you farther than skill will get you. Unless you're very, very, very good. Everything's a capital M moment the first time. It's like, oh, fuck. What do I do? This is bullshit, man. Like, every 5 minutes. This is bullshit. Where am I going? Did I miss a No, I didn't. Alright, I'm trying to get that elevator. Oh, great. Oh, shit! Get out of there! Well, thanks for stopping in, Orbis. Maybe we will meet again sometime, someplace in the future. How far away am I? Man, I'm not going all the way back there. Yeah, I am. That was a lot of souls I dropped. Stupid. This might not have been the way. Ow! Man, my spacing is ass. But so is his. Whoa, there you go. Who's down there? Who's the other one? It's him I'm a little more worried about. That was fair. I just about had a stroke. I thought that player phantom was the fucking Black Knight. He somehow mysteriously respawned. So this strat I'm doing where I let them hit me when I'm blocking and then they recoil is not going to work for much longer. These enemies are a little weak. So they don't quite swing all the way through when you block with an actual metal shield. That'll end very swiftly. Oh, shit, I forgot. Alright, just run. They're shooting at me from up there. Oh, open this. Don't fuck me. Gonna have to be a little more cautious. No, don't heal. What are you, sheep? Oh. That's it. I don't think the rats poison you in the later games, but they poison the shit out of you in this one. I could be wrong, though. Don't hold me to that. You I could deal with. Who ran after me? Is there someone here? No, that dude's there. Yeah, it's him. Just too slow to get him before he brings the shield back up. One more. What do we got? Oh shit! Oh no, don't do this to me. Man, I got 8,000 souls. I ain't risking it. I'm gonna fucking scream if I lose him here. Anyone coming? Fucking controller, please. Is there? Below the dragon? I know there's the elevator shortcut is not that far from where I was, but it's the principle of it. Kind of need a better roll. That's good for now. At least I'm a little less squishy now. Let's see what the roll is like. Oh yeah, that's much better. Much better. Who the fuck shot me in the head? Rude as shit. Where are you? Okay. Who else? Where's the other dude? Is he just... I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll move forward. It's not that they're like a challenge. It's the fucking audacity. How dare you shoot me in the fucking dome, in the back of the head, and stun lock me? Are you insane? Fucking low level ass mob, stun locking me. Embarrassing. Speaking of which, I better run. They're gonna do it again to me right now. Let's see what it gets. We very slowly take my binoculars out. Just gave me enough time for the fucking stage to load. Is that who I think it is? That's not who I think it is. That could be either two people. I'm assuming since it's Sirith. Oh my god. Sirith is in the name. It's not my cousin. Where here? Oh, oh yeah. No, there's that ladder, right? It's Brian. The fucking audacity. That was 5 damage. Are you stupid? Get out of my face. Get out of my fuck. No. No. Okay, I'm trying to remember where exactly that ladder is. Come on. Did it not load in? I don't see it anywhere. Yo, die, mother Fucker. Why did you enter here? What am I missing? What am I missing? Go back up and look. Here. It's not over there, right? No, it's not over there. I'll go through the doorway. I'm sorry, I sound like such a fucking noob. I've played this game a million times. It's just been a very long time since the last time I played it. Left from... So this way but left. Straight ahead but left. Well, no, I'm just stupid. I'm just stupid. It's not you. That room with the stairs is no little door. Well, now that there are no enemies to plague me, let's go back and see. In here, there's another little door. What? That was not there. I swear to God. Someone back me up. That was not there 5 minutes ago. It didn't load. All right. Yeah, I'm blaming it on the fucking game. Not on my flagrant idiocy. I know people who swear by Demon Souls and it's the best one. I tend to be doubtful of that, but I can't fully commit to that doubt. I've never played it or watched a full playthrough. It seems a little dry to me. I like that it has Christian cosmology in it. That's really cool. But I don't really have a way to end that statement. Oh my God. Choke point. Oh my fucking God. Look at these assholes. Yeah, that's right. Oh! You know, I like some manta rays. So we just got an alluring skull here. It attracts enemies. So if you throw it down into the fire, that boar will sniff it and then burn itself to death. Unless you... What are you doing? He's having a time. I'm gonna read the whatever this is called, item description. Souls are a concentration of life, and the life-starved hollows are lured by its power, not effective for all enemies. So the sort of interesting thing about all of these games is that... Hello? It's that guy with the rad fucking name again. Or that person, I shouldn't just automatically assume you're a guy. Welcome back, thanks for stopping in. The neat thing about this game is that, like, human remains and or souls are currency, and just about all of them. Like, in Bloodborne, it's human tissue in the form of blood, and crystals that grow on blood or from blood. In this game, it's souls, but it's also the human remains contain some trace element of that value that the souls have that lets it be currency, and you see it here in the skull. When you throw the skull, they're attracted to it. This guy is... I don't like him. He's not cooperating. And I sort of don't know what to do about it. Because... I forget how to progress here. Normally you're supposed to run in there before they close the gate, but they already closed the gate on me. Is there a way down? I don't remember. See, that's very From Software, Marisol. You'd fit right into their dev team. So if I were a bold man, you could just go run up and stab him right in the ass, because he doesn't have any armor on the butt. Yeah, you can spoil shit for me, because I'm having such a fucking brain fart about this game that I, for the life of me, don't remember what... Oh, now I do. It's right there. Okay. I'm an idiot. And here we got another good choke point. If you run and follow this guy, people are going to mob you. Which is another prime area for the alert skull. See? Now they all come out and immediately target me. But there's that choke point again. You could deal with the choke point in this game much more easily than they can, which is not how it's supposed to be, I think. But I'm not Sun Tzu, I don't know anything. With the Halo gun? Oh, I love me some Leon Kennedy. Don't say that. I'm gonna go into a frenzy here. This whole series does have like it addresses that problem that Resident Evil has, where once you get the big gun, it's not scary anymore. This game's kind of good at maintaining a sort of level of, like, oh shit, like the whole time. You know, you never really get, like, unstoppable. Either that or my builds are trash. I'm sorry, I sound like an idiot. Are we acquainted already and I just don't remember or recognize your name? I know you came in on last night's Misery stream. But I mean, like, prior to that. I can't remember anything. If you're Tomator, I'm gonna feel real bad right now. I'm feeling terrible. I'm sorry. And here we got like an actual guy who knows how to fight. These other dudes are just kind of scrubs, but you see what I mentioned earlier, that the blocking won't really stop these dudes from attacking? Well, you proved me wrong. It's just sort of, the game organically gets more difficult. Man, get the fuck out of here. I can't tab out right now, it'll screw up my whole vibe. Otherwise I'd block that dude, that bot. Well, you can always ask me anytime. We know each other. Now that I've been thoroughly humiliated, I will never forget that your handle on here is that, and that I do know who you are, and you're a good pal. And not some stream, not some Twitch rando. I'm gonna dip in here real quick, because one, there's a bonfire, and two, there's a really cool architectural feature that will contrast where I'm going to go. This is a big old ruined church. You see the whole roof is out. It's much bigger than a normal church of this statue would be, but when we go inside, you see it's just a rectangle with an apse here. That's indicative of a very early European church style. They were basically the earliest Christian churches were held literally in barns because there were no churches and Christianity was not particularly legal at the time. Thank you, Araceli. You're doing the work the Lord ought to be doing. So very, very early European churches were just rectangular structures that had if you were lucky, had an apse into it. The colonnade is cool. I think that's a video game thing. That's not necessarily a historically accurate thing, but you got to make these concessions. Well, that's that.
Get yourself.
But the reason I didn't touch that button, I think my controller's hitting the keyboard or something. So here's where my train of thought was. Let's compare the rectangular. You see the roof. It's just a normal roof. It's not nothing fancy. Square building. Apse and altar at the end of it. Indicative of the early Christian churches in Europe. And then we come here, where you can't see it because there's a thing on the way. These shoes were... No, they don't. Now this is a much, much, much bigger church. This is like borderline a cathedral. It might actually be closer to a cathedral than a church. When we go inside, you're going to notice it's slightly more complex. The floor plan is in the shape of a crucifix if you look at it from the top down. We're in the horizontal section of the cross right now. I'm a little leery about going in because that man will wreck my shit. But as you can see, that's where the altar is. And then this is where the rest of the cross is. We'll come back here in just a second. My ultimate point here is that the From Software designers did a really good job at looking at historical examples from Europe that would be, fairly close to how this would appear in real life if this was actually medieval Europe. It's exaggerated. There are, they didn't have these in them. These didn't exist, and probably still don't. This is a very video game thing right here. A concession, because you have to make your video games playable. But it's actually pretty on point. Where did you come from? See, here's where the altar would normally be. It's a, fantasy thing in this context. I gotta concentrate on this man. He's gonna ruin me. But there are plenty of other video games that the designers don't give a shit about whether or not, it looks like a real thing. Bethesda is pretty bad about doing that. They just sort of invent things and don't really check to see if it has any historical basis. It's just they're operating on this idea of what an American would think medieval Europe looks like without knowing, which is fine. It's a matter of taste. It doesn't make the games unplayable or anything. My skill, or lack thereof, is making this game unplayable. Come on, man. This is sort of why I kind of envy, strength builds. They don't have this problem. They just hit the guy a couple times, right? And they die. So we're going to get blasted by that mage up there in that sick-ass robe. that sick-ass trident. And the sick-ass tolling of the sick-ass bells. But you can sort of see... let's get further up here, maybe looking down from this point. You can sort of see the more complex roof for sure, because it has to support all of this height. It's kind of interesting that the other church is has no roof. It was so tall that that basic roof doesn't support it. This is why when you get these buildings of this height, you need a more complex rafters and things like that. But it's basically a cross. You can see how it's a crucifix right here. It's all intentional, and in a real church of this size and stature in Europe, I believe the north face would be facing east. So that when Christ shows up, they could face him, because he comes from the east in Revelation. It's not a hard and fast rule that people in medieval burial grounds were buried facing east, but there was a concerted attempt in a lot of medieval burials to position the body so that when it theoretically rises, sits up in its grave, it will be facing east to meet Christ. More often than not, this gets obfuscated by time constraints, geographical constraints in the graveyard. You can't, you run out of space. But if you're unfortunate enough to be in my line of work where you have to read people arguing about this, you'll hear scholars insist that they always did it, and then some scholar says, well, they didn't always do it, which means they never did it. And it's fucking annoying. Yeah, well, don't get me started on that vampires thing. They did not exist. This is a no-fun rule of mine. Vampires there was not a word for them, and there was not a general, concept of what a vampire is until the 1800s. Maybe, if you want to make a case for it, the early 1700s. Before that, there were just different types of animated corpses. Some of which drank blood. In William of Newburgh's History of England, he recounts a lot of instances where revenants just drank blood of the living. And he's one of the first people who actually sort of described what a vampire is without saying this is a vampire. So, when Skyrim does its, wacky bullshit with vampire courts and people running around calling themselves vampires, it's distinctly ahistorical, but that's Bethesda's jank. That's what they do best. So I just get grouchy about it when people like my dear beloved Aracel write, oh no, I'm screwed. Write sort of pseudo-historical novels where there's some attempt to place it in a geography and a chronology, and then there's a vampire in there. It drives me insane. I'm out of spells, so I can't possibly deal with the next boss, which is right up here. Yeah. Never trust anyone who Halo emotes, except for you. You're the exception. I did a build. I should just show this off anyway. When you wear I love wearing the fucking ragged ass dirtbag armor in this game, but there's a certain configuration of this armor that you get from the scrubs that looks just like Simon Belmont. And it's a shame that the whip in this game is so bad. Because you can very easily make Simon Belmont. The thing I don't like about it is it's loud. You can't sneak up on people. This guy's a motherfucker. But I need him. I need him to be alive. He's gonna help me beat the gargoyles.
Thank you. I truly appreciate this. Yes, very scratch has been free.
Tangentially, every time someone rings that bell, it means they completed a certain part of the game that requires you to literally ring a bell. It's a nice touch. It lets you know that, like, people are still playing. Like, this game is still very active. Which you can see from these too, like all the bloodstains are where enemies, not enemies, where other players died. It's just there until they go collect their souls again. And you occasionally see the phantoms, like ghosts of players just running around. But on top of that, the bell ringing is a nice touch. And it's not a nice touch that nothing's loading. Where's my fucking elevator? I love Lautrec. I love that line. I'll reward you all later. He's so, like, he has, like, the villain voice. He has the voice of a man you don't trust. And, spoiler alert, you can't trust him. He's terrible. Evil, evil man. But, this series is pretty good at not broadcasting that. That, like, some of these people are not, like, this rattling is killing me. Oh, yeah, fuck yeah, the Crimson Rope. Sorcerer boots. Yeah. The series is usually pretty good about having people, like, just become shitty later on. And it sort of blindsides you, but not in this game. Like, this game, this man, for instance.
I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurland.
If not,
I'd prefer to keep a distance.
He's a dick, and you kind of know he's a dick right from the jump. And same with Lautrec, you know he's a dick. You can hear him talk, and you're like, "Fuck this guy! I'm not breaking bread with this man." What should I level? Nothing. I should level nothing. I should go back and upgrade my weapon. Do I have any? Yeah, I do. I can upgrade it one more time. Again, all this endless running around. It's nice. It adds some, like, realism to the game, and you could, like, very easily get yourself in a fucking bind where you go into an area you can't leave because you suck. Like, I wandered into a late game area in another playthrough, like the tree in the Lake of Ash. I think it's the Great Hollow, and I, like, couldn't get out. I was like, oh shit, what do I do? Like, just had to ruin it. Just had to delete that fucking file. But I shouldn't have been there at level 1. I was trying to be cute. Where was I going with it? But for, like, my purposes, it's annoying that I have to run around and can't just teleport like you do in every other one of these games. No! Get away. That, and I guess more... who cares about spoilers? Nobody cares about spoilers. Lautrec's reward is like bullshit. It's just like 2 sunlight medals. And, you know, nobody cares. Oh shit. You know, I came all this way and I forgot to fucking unhollow myself. Well, wait. I wasn't coming here. I was going to get my sword upgraded. I'm an idiot. Could kill me. Sorry, chat. I'm all over the place. Oh no. He's right behind me. This also has the best sound design of all the Souls games, I think. This one and Bloodborne are top tier. You sort of pay more attention to it the more you play the game.
Well, you need
Cora, do you have anything? I want. Wait.
Don't get used tonight.
A very annoying thing about this game is this sort of hollow and human system. So I'm hollow right now. You can see 'cause I look like jerky. I'm like half rotten, and I got like liver mortis lips. Like the blood has stopped flowing in my face and just is residing and pooling in my lips and cheeks and turning black. If you eat a humanity like I do, and then come here and reverse hollowing, you become human again. Which has one benefit only, in that you can summon others if you're human, and you don't quite look like jerky. You don't look great either. But didn't touch that button. But, so, now that I'm a human, I can go up and I can summon 2 friends to help me fight the next boss. Which I'm going to do, because I'm not that good. This one I need is you two ripping off each other in my damn chat. Oh, by all means. Are you kidding me? I was getting a drink. I didn't have my hands on the controller. What are these people? Go home. Okay. Third time's a charm. Nope. Oh no. All of... Yeah, I'm lagging. I don't know what to do about it. So I've opted to do nothing. There's an actual human here? I don't. Oh, that she looks like he could get shit done. But I'm worried about all the. He's got that Drake sword too. He's got a boss weapon. But I'm worried about the fucking lag. Reload the game. It's that bad. A sword is a wiener. Well, I don't care. Do I have to get rid of him? Sorry, Solar. I'm not restarting my whole PC for this. It's gonna have to be bad. I'm not restarting the PC. I'll have to figure out what to do next time. See what I could do to amend this. Yeah, I'll lose viewers. That's okay. I'm not getting money or anything. I'm just really just trying to get screenshots. And I took a detour. Let me lower the. Oh, I think you need the. I didn't touch that button. I think you need the curled finger, the curled knuckle, or whatever it is in this game to summon more than one person. I didn't get it. I'm summoning Solera. I'm going in. Alright, if it looks better, then I'm happy. Everyone else said. 2 other people said it looked fine. Just gonna roll with it. Do my best. If my best ain't great, then it ain't great. Well, yeah, if anyone else is seeing something really bad, let me know. By all means, I'm not an expert at this. I don't stream ever. Well, I'll see what I can do about this. If there's even going to be a next time. This was sort of spur of the moment thing. I'm not trying to be an affiliate or anything. Sorry if you tuned in and it sucks. That's life. Sometimes it sucks. Maybe my internet is for the poor. I don't know. I appreciate you, like, voicing concerns anyway. I streamed last night, and there was no sound, except for me breathing heavily into the mic for, like, 2 hours. And someone was like, oh, there's no audio. It's like, God damn it, you were here the whole time. Why didn't you say anything? It's another favorite man. Very clearly sinister. Got the sickest fucking garb in the game. Well, thank you, Emma. I'm trying. I should probably get this, but it's very expensive. I'll come back for it. I gotta hear that again. That's my favorite line. I keep forgetting about it. These fucking sinister-ass gremlins. Like, none of the games got that sort of sinister, weirdo aspect down quite as well as this one. Oh shit, hey Origin. Yeah, sorry, everyone's got, including me, everyone I know on Facebook has a different, like, wildly different handle on Twitch. And I'm always like, do I know you? And as demonstrated earlier this evening, you could actually literally tell me, oh, hey, this is so-and-so from Facebook, and then the next day I'll be like, who the hell are you? Because I'm a fucking idiot. I have no long-term or mid-term memory. Or short-term memory. Or term memory. What am I doing? Yeah, exactly. Stanced up and laughing like an evil puppet. Oh shit, well thanks for enjoying it just for this dumbass stream. I appreciate that. It's very sweet of you. I know you can go down here, but I don't trust it. I'm going. Okay, good. I thought like maybe it wasn't going to load and then fall into oblivion. Well, go enjoy the weed and the shot. It's good for what ails you, so I've heard. I could probably use a shot. There's a neat little implication here. So this is very obviously a hidden little alcove you're not supposed to know about. And we find this very sinister object down here. The cracked red eye orb, where you used to go into other people's games, invade them, and then, you know, just to steal humanity from them by killing them. Very immoral thing to do. You have a morning star and a talisman. Remember those two. You got a homeward bone for the trolls, dude. And conveniently leads right to the graveyard. And a Lloyd's talisman, which is something used by the clergy. Welcome back, Aracel. There's the Val right there. Dear departed, temporarily Val, who's asleep. You didn't miss much. You missed me killing 2 gargoyles, and then temporarily not freaking out over the quality of the stream. Hey, buddy. Alright, that's not great, but it's more manageable than it was before I did all this. Oh, homo bone? Yeah, boneward home. Drooling on No one should be drooling on Facebook. I should put it all in this. So anyway, I was mentioning all that secret alcove underneath the the elevator. I didn't touch that button. Had a morning star and a talisman and other clerical items. And this man has a morning star and presumably a talisman.
Hello, I'm looking at you.
He gives me a coin just to stop talking to him.
I absolutely
It didn't work.
very well.
Yeah, whatever. He makes you like join the church, and
Now,
just so you can talk to him. Otherwise, he doesn't want to deal with you. But the only reason I'm talking to him is oh no, sorry. He sells a talisman. So he's got. So the thing is, he's the only person here really. All of that priestly stuff is hidden away in chests underneath the elevator with totally evil bullshit, which should clue you into the moral character of this man. Not what he seems to be. Not a cute little priest. Morningstar. I love the Morningstar. I normally wait until I get the Divine Ember and then make the Morningstar a holy weapon because it does extra damage. It stun locks the skeletons, but I don't have time for that tonight. So we're trying the graveyard run a second time. It didn't load. Yeah, that's great. Sort of odd. So we're pretty much all leftists in my little group here. Not quite sure that any of us go to Reddit for the leftism. I think it's the opposite. I don't know. Yeah, I found that out about Brian today. Well, I don't know if this is a discussion I want to have. There's leftist and liberal. As far as I'm concerned, liberal is a capitulator, and a leftist is sort of like not a capitulator. So a liberal is closer to a conservative than a leftist in a bad way. But I'm really, yeah, not trying to argue. Trying to argue at all. Yeah. Fuck conservatives. What am I trying to do? I'd like to get rid of the HUD. Because I think it gets rid of all the shit. Yeah, it makes it a much clearer screenshot. And this is what I'm trying to do. Libs are wimpy conservatives. Yep. My feeling precisely. Especially where I live, they just kind of like I can't think of an example, but just this idea that like they'll take who was it? Mike Pence. They're like, if Mike Pence turns into a Democrat, I'd love it. It's like, really? Would you? Would you love it? Why? Like, explain yourself. The man was like Satan incarnate until, you just decided that magically he's going to turn into a Democrat. It's boneless. It's boneless. I say as I get accosted by bones. 5 TikTok dances you can do to protest ICE. I hate getting it all political. I really don't, but I probably shouldn't. I remember that really conventionally attractive girl who did that video where she lip synced that Boomer song. How was it? Okay, Boomer. Whatever you say, Boomer. And then it found out she's like, the internet uncovered that she's like got this hyper wealthy family, and then like no one ever spoke about her again. It's like that's the quintessential like TikTok dance to on the conservatives, and it's by someone who's might as well be a conservative. I described that so poorly, but you know what I mean. Look it up; I'll be proven right in better by someone who could better articulate the situation. Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm grateful. Most of the people I know online aren't annoying. Like, to that degree, they're annoying in very different ways. Like, Steven Universe annoying, which I can't stand, but it's at least, like... I was just about to say it's at least palatable. It isn't. I can't stand Steven Universe. Yeah, okay. He's a liberal. Yeah, we do have a pretty good, well-tuned little crew going on. Yeah, American politics is awful because there's no like positive aspect of it. Like everything's bad. Like even the leftists like can't organize anything and fight amongst each other and cancel each other, and have very wildly differing versions of what their leftism is. And the liberals hate the leftists and the conservatives hate everybody, and it's like, okay, enough. It's so frustrating. So I don't blame you for hating American politics. I live here, I hate it. When I lived in England, I hated it. I hated reading about it. It was just so hopeless. No, I mean, it's sort of, it should go without, I didn't touch that button. It should go without saying that, like, just because you have a certain credo, it doesn't necessarily make you, or everybody who has that credo, an inherently bad person. Like, there are exceptions, but when we're talking about broad swaths of, like, conservatism and liberalism, leftism, like, yeah, they're going to be normal people throughout that whole thing. The loudest of them are usually the worst of them, but are also not indicative of the whole. People just kind of want to get on with their lives the best they can. It just sucks they're beset by bullshit from every angle, no matter where you are in this ridiculous country. And of course, I don't want to give away too much information about my personal life or anything. I teach, so I have to be very, like, it's okay. Everybody's got a right to express themselves, and I have to kind of bite my tongue a lot, just for the sake of civility and for keeping my goddamn job. Yeah, the ones everyone on. That's what I mean about like the loudest are usually the worst. When you see people online, they're usually like this. The people who would not keep quiet and who would not start shit are the ones you see online who are insufferable. People are getting fired left and right, and it's a matter of like human decency too. You just got to be sort of neutral and try to as best you can, steer people away from becoming very ugly with each other in that context of learning things. This alphabet. So what's interesting about this? Some of it is this one I've never seen before. It looks too weathered to see, but this one shows up in all of them. It's just like it's a placeholder text. I believe it's Arabic, or it's Hebrew. It's one of the two. It's really hard to see here, but this one is in every Souls game that has graveyard that has gravestones like this. Even in Elden Ring, you see them, and you see them in much more detail in that. And I think Zully the Witch on YouTube did a video. If it's not Zully the Witch, it's Bonfire VPN. Either one of those did a video where they actually translated it, and it's totally not anything you would see on a graveyard. It's just some random text that From Software people found, and we're like, "Oh, this looks cool. Put it on a gravestone." Yeah, damn near all of them have text on them. Like here, you can sort of see it is the same. They look very similar. Like that's definitely the same text I was focusing on in earlier. And this one here is that one there. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. I'm falling all over the architecture in this game. I'd like to get a good shot of that big one, but I keep falling off the goddamn cliff. Here, this is a better one. Oh, God. That's the opposite of a good game. That's what I get for turning my fucking HUD off. Hey, it's T-Dubs. That's my main man. Hey, I'm not good enough at this game to turn the fucking HUD off and fight skeletons. So I already did this with Bloodborne, and it was a lot easier because I was level like 300. I could just kill everything in one shot and leave. Not have to worry about the HUD, but that ain't the case here. Are you fucking kidding me? This is remastered. I have the Prepare to Die edition, but I figured do this one. If all I'm doing is getting screenshots, I might as well get them in the best quality I can. I'm stoked to have you here. I know it's well, it's the weekend. You don't have to get up early for work, do you? And it's not that late. Not for us on the East Coast. Well, it'll be even less late if you want them. Oh my God, further west in the United States. They did always have text on them. The issue with the Prepare to Die edition was it was very fuzzy. Like the whole damn game was fuzzy. Like it almost, compared to this, had like a sheet of gauze over what would be the camera. So a lot of these distinctions sort of got phased out. Like for certain, I want to make sure no one's sneaking up on me. When you get real close, you see how it I don't know what the term is. It's very low resolution. You would not have noticed in the Prepare to Die edition that it's so low res. Especially looking like compared to that flower. You can see how crisp the flower is. But the text on the face of the stone is so like so blown up. The same sort of thing happens when you look at any game that's like got pixel art and you look at it on a CRT TV instead of like a digital display like this. It's you get more fidelity, but you sort of lose this nice artistic quality that that obscurity lends certain imagery. I am contractually obligated to bring up Edmund Burke here and the philosophical inquiry on beauty and the sublime, who said that the most efficacious form of the sublime is obscurity. That which the human mind cannot comprehend lends itself to recognizing more awe in the world. AWE, awe. Like some games, the switch to CRT, the switch from CRT to a digital display doesn't really hinder much. Like I think Symphony of the Night looks great both ways, but there are definitely some games that really benefit from one or the other. Like, and it's sort of clear. Like, the Final Fantasy games do not look good on digital display. They sort of, if you play the pixel remasters, they make all these sort of weird stylistic caveats to avoid that, and it just ends up looking stupid, I think, in my humble estimation. Oh man. Oh, God. See, so when he's got that thing like that, the sword stance, he's gonna fucking parry my ass. This is why I'm waiting. So I think that's the only big skeleton here I gotta worry about, because I'm not going up there. This should be, knock on wood, the last I have to deal with fucking threats so I can screenshot this goddamn graveyard. There are some down here, right? No. Now I can shut the HUD off. Get this nice big ass gravestone right here. Prior to playing this game, well, no, not prior to playing this game. Prior to getting a fucking like master's degree in funerary archaeology in England, I did not believe there were gravestones of this size in existence. There are. If you go to particularly the big cemeteries in London and especially in Edinburgh, Scotland, they have enormous funerary sculptures and giant gravestones like this. In Edinburgh, this place called Kirk's, the Greyfriars Kirkyard is just like pure bloodborne. It looks like a city, like a quarter of Edinburgh is just made up of fucking gravestones. And it's one of the most beautiful places I think I've ever seen in my stupid idiot life. It's amazing. I don't think I'll ever be able to go back there, just because, you know, circumstances. But I was glad I went. If you get a chance to be in Scotland, in Edinburgh, and this sort of thing is your jank, and you want to like maybe take some selfies that make you seem like you're in Bloodborne, go to fucking Greyfriars Kirkyard. It's right near the train station in Edinburgh. It's not hard to get to. Now I know there's a ton. I got a real nice book about the Massachusetts gravestones. They look so cool. That's probably the best place to see American gravestones, aside from like fancy postmodern ones, which I wouldn't even know about anyway. That's out of my expertise. But if you want to see real cool old gravestones with skulls on them, in this country, you're not seeing them outside of Massachusetts and Connecticut, right where I didn't touch that button. Also, I should mention, I'm not doing an exhaustive screenshot of these stones. I'm just getting, like, notable ones. And then we're going to go catacomb delving. I'll turn the HUD back on. And get my ass handed to me. Yeah, they're in the middle of the woods, and it's... I've never been up there, and I really want to go. Just exclusively for that. I didn't touch that button. You know, one thing at a time. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the South, too, and the graveyards we have here are pretty much Revolutionary War. In this town, we got a couple odd ones. We have a spot where it's only black people were buried there, and there's a spot where only Jewish people were buried. And if you look at, like, even current maps of the city, they'll still say, like, Negro on it. It's odd. You think, like, 2025, someone would have crossed that word out, but not here. But whatever. It's just, what are you going to do? I bet those jails in Massachusetts are fucking wild. There's one here I've never been to. It's from, like, even pre-1700s. It's from, like, when the pre-colonies landed here on the coast and started New Liverpool. And they just made this wacky, disgusting Game of Thrones-ass jail. And right now it's at the bottom of a mansion. And I think it's an art gallery, which means I should go. But it's got some, like, it's got fucking lighthouses. Whatever kind of dumb beach art people buy in this town is what's hanging in that cellar that used to be a jail, a pre-colonial jail. Oh, that's scary as hell. I mean, that's rad, but, like, I'm not easily. I am kind of claustrophobic. That would kind of get me. I'd be a little nervous. But yeah, it's fucking that sounds sick as hell. Throw a party. I do goth night down there, and it'll be like the ghost ship fire all over again in case. Just if someone starts a fire, it'd be great. Rest in peace, them are us too. I forget his name. Or her name, rather. I hate raves, but I might go to one in a concrete tunnel. Yeah, I'm canceled. What else is new? Can't cancel me more than I cancel myself on a daily basis over nothing. How did none of those connect? Are you fucking with me? Cheating ass game. I swear to God. What band was it? Was it Bambara? Is your friend in a band that I know about? New Oldgate Prison, Coppermine in Granby, Connecticut. Yeah, that sounds sick. It sounds like when I inevitably go up there for research purposes, that's a must-see. Get out of my way, you fucking herd! Oh shit. So this man is a necromancer with a capital N. There are, I think, 5 of them in this game. And if they live, shit, the skeletons will like constantly reassemble. I think even if you have a faith weapon, and even if you get your ass wrecked. So you want to kill them, and they're permadeaths. So the first order of business in the catacombs is to kill the necromancers. Of which, a task of which I am wildly failing. Skin Tension? That's a great name for a band. That sounds like some John Zorn bullshit, though. Like Painkiller or Naked Lunch or something. Not Naked Lunch, Naked City. Yeah. Follow me. I like Painkiller a lot. Masada's good. I just got so sick of John Zorn. I loved him for a while, and then I'm like, I never need to hear a goddamn John Zorn piece ever again in my life. Same thing happened with Frank Zappa. I liked him a lot, and then I'm like, enough. Enough, this 300,000 fucking Frank Zappa albums. There's twice as many John Zorn albums. And they all sound like this. But Painkiller was my jank. There's a Painkiller live album, I think called like... I don't remember. But it's live in Tokyo, and fucking Keiji Haino is on. And it's a... What? Where did you come from? It's a wonderful combination of having fucking Painkiller and Keiji Haino going at it. Just monstrous in the best possible way. And it's out of print. I managed to get a copy on eBay for like $90. And I refuse to give it up. One of the few CDs I still own. I think it's called... No, it's not Rituals. Rituals is something else. Oh shit. I'm gonna get my ass whomped. No, get out of it, get out of it. Choke point. How did you do that? I guess skeletons are under the choke points. I can't think of the album name. It's something live in Tokyo. And then the cover is like perverted. It's got a photo of a guy having a dominatrix. They're all Japanese, having a dominatrix pour candle wax on him and step on his balls. That Sakai album owns. I hate it. I was gonna say I hate Sakai. I really don't. They're too stupid for me to admit liking. But that's a great album. Steve Albini fucked Pac-Man and butt fuck your own face. Classics. It's like Beavis and Butthead music. Yeah, exactly. Butt fuck your own face. And he sounds just like that. Now, let's see if I can manage. Now that skeletons are gone. He's got the coolest spellcasting catalyst in the world. It's just a skull with, like, the hair still attached to it. And you could get one, but it doesn't do this. It just acts as a lantern. One down, 5 to go. Bonfire. Now we're getting to the good stuff here. There aren't many gravestones proper in here, but like, how do you pass that up? It's that sort of I mean, what's not to love about all of this? I'm leaving the. No, I got shut down. So that even all of this stuff, as wacky and high fantasy bullshit as it seems, does have, like, very identifiable historical precedents. This is very much just what you would see in any ossuary. Like, especially the ones in Portugal, there are several that look exactly like this, where the walls are, like, composed of bone. This is obviously in some sort of, like, cave-type structure, but it looks very similar. There are a couple in Palermo, not Palermo. The Palermo has mummies. The Church of Palermo with very exquisitely preserved skeletal mummies that are wearing the types of clothes they would have worn in the 1500s when they were originally preserved. But you also see in less, those are ossuaries technically. At one point, almost every church had an ossuary or a charnel, and then most of them did not survive the Reformation, and especially the dissolution of the monasteries. A lot of these things were destroyed, and far fewer of them remain today than they did at the time. You would see structures like this embedded in church walls, with human remains embedded in them or just on shelves. I'm not ignoring the question, I just got caught up. So yeah, these things, they're kind of beetles. They're definitely some sort of bug. You can see it's not a very sophisticated animation there. It's just a transparent PNG that's sort of moving. They are probably either roaches or those beetles that eat away flesh and leave the bones behind. The name is eluding me right now. They do look like isopods. They look kind of like... you would know, Aracel. You would know better than I would. I hate bugs. This kind of creeped me out just looking at them. But, like, this is very clearly, like, not a real bug. It's a sort of fantasy conflation of just that type of insect that you find picking away at corpses. It looks much better from a distance. And it's really gross. Like, they're all over the place. They do look like pill bugs. It's sort of... So for better or worse, necromancy gets, like, a bad rap. But it's interesting that the necromancers in this game just they live in filth. This is sort of where they commune and where they work. I would never, ever in a million years, larder beetles. Yep, larder beetles. They have a fancy scientific name that starts with D, as in dog, but I don't know what it is offhand. But yeah, these are sort of. I'm getting way ahead of myself because I'm writing a book about this. There's a concept when people represent necromancers that their proximity to corporeal decay makes them ugly. And it makes them misshapen and farther away from a human countenance. And this is what's happening here. This is a good example of that. These necromancers are not the skeletal sort of zombie undead we've been seeing this whole time. They're human, but they're a step removed. They look like something that was once human and is gradually retreating from humanity and going into some other direction, closer to something resembling the corporeal dead. So they are very comfortable, the necromancers in this game are very comfortable among the domesticated beetles, as Aerosol says. Yeah, the necromancers should be okay with filth. And it's sort of intriguing that we see a different form of filth here in the catacombs compared to when we were in Blighttown, which is a much worse type of filth, depending on what your kinks are or aren't. This is filth that's related to decomposition, and you can see its sort of manifestations here with the necromancers and the skeletons. The skeletons, of course, being fully decomposed humans. And we have the agents of that one of the agents of that decomposition right here in the beetles. I think there are no liches proper in this game, or in this world. This is about as close to a lich as you're getting. Because they're fully aware of their own sort of mortification, their self-mortification. They have they exert some sort of power over the dead, the corporeal dead. But they're not called liches. This is sort of as close as you're going to get. No phylacteries. Not here. Interestingly enough, there is a lich-like enemy in Dark Souls 3, High Lord Volnir, who is giant, enormous skeleton, and you destroy him by destroying his jewelry. He has these heavy golden bracelets on his wrist, and once you destroy them, he gets sucked into this abyss. So it's sort of a phylactery. It's an interpretation of that. And yeah, as Emma said, the whole setting is... Death doesn't work in any of the Dark Souls games, and in Elden Ring or in Bloodborne. There's something wrong with the cycle of death that renders death impermanent. It shows up in various ways. Every time we die, we don't get a game over. We just spawn again at this bonfire, which is, I've neglected to say this, made of human remains. We used human remains as an object earlier on in the form of alluring skulls, which sort of also signals that the souls that we're using as bartering items, as currency, are also somehow linked to human remains. So it's an odd cycle where death doesn't quite exist, but death has a tremendous value to it. It's commodified. And it also, the aberration of death sort of manifests very differently. Here we got the necromancers are actively sort of establishing their own form of resurrection. The skeletons are the manifestation of that. They're not quite on our level. They're a little below, but they're close. They can do things we could do. They can parry. They're not the easiest thing to kill. We see all those zombie-type mobs that are sort of like, they're called hollows in this game. They're just stunted. They can't die. And they have no agency. And they have no individuality. And then we see several of these sort of beings. You'll see more powerful ones, like in the forms of gods and demigods, who also issue proper death or succumb to it. Flame itself has these life-restoring qualities. So it's very... You can't easily write a book about the subject death in From Software, Souls-like, etc. games. It's so multifaceted that it would be one hell of a book. Yeah, well, all right, the Crestfallen Knight, I make a point never to speak to him because I don't want him leaving. I love him. He's a the word eludes me. He's a sweetie. He's a sweetie pie. If you talk to him, eventually this giant serpent shows up as you progress through the game, and then he gets freaked out by the serpent and leaves, loses his mind, and turns hollow and attacks you. But if you never talk to him, he never does that. And he stays right by your side the whole time. So I mentioned... Oh, Sekiro. I'm sorry, I'm getting to chat a little late. Because I got on a tangent there and I was in my own mind. Let me read back. The Dark Wraiths are different. The Dark Wraiths are not skeletons, that's their armor. They're closer to the Black Knights, who are just these sort of almost animate suits of armor with no substance. They can't be killed except by you, which is sort of an odd video game conceit. They do come back though, so maybe they can't be killed. The Black Knights, when you kill them, they're gone. With one single exception in the very last part of the game, the Black Knights do not respawn. The Dark Wraiths always respawn. So they look like skeletons. They look like undead. They're kind of not. They're this other thing entirely that does still subvert death. Sekiro, I have not played yet. I want to. It looks like I'd be terrible at it. A secret third thing. So I said there were no gravestones proper in the catacombs, and there kind of aren't. This is one of the closest we get to it. I mean, they're stones and they're in a grave, so technically they belong. Excuse me, but you can sort of see they're very weathered, and they're only vaguely humanoid. The only reason they stand out is because they look different enough from the walls that they are attached to. And if you get very close to it, it's very, very faint. But you see a face carved into the stone. So it is humanoid. It's sort of a anthropoid figure, vaguely anthropoid. And it's got a face. This is a male face, masculine face. So it'll be revealed later as the face of the father. It's the same face. You can see that they're almost classical. They're almost Greek tragedy masks with kind of like big eyes and expressive mouths, and the curly hair resembles Greek theater. These are all the father. I'm going to turn the HUD back on so I don't get my ass whomped in the coming struggles. Yeah, so there's no, like, see another necromancer right over there. He's skulking in the distance. Yeah, Sekiro has no real... I shouldn't say it has no customization. It has very little in comparison to any of these games. So it sort of doesn't fit as a Souls game, as far as I'm concerned, even though it's From Software. And people will argue that point, and they can. But but you're basically playing one dude who could do a couple things. So you can do several different things. Compared to this game where you just play as some nobody who does whatever. So now I think because that necromancer's here, they'll respawn. Even though I have a faith weapon. Let's see. So I don't know where that dude came from who snuck up behind me. Maybe not. Maybe there was just a dude who went unaccounted for. Thank you. Hey man, can you lock on, please? This is the worst wizard battle ever. So tangentially, I was just about to say there are no other necromancers in the rest of the games, but that's not true. They show up again in Dark Souls 2 and they look even more deformed. Almost to the point where they don't even look human. They're like very short and hunchbacked and have these wild masks on, like long gangly arms that they gesticulate wildly when they're casting their necromancy at you. But sort of the greater point of all this is it's as much as From Software is influenced by Western role-playing games, they always kind of do necromancy very weird. Like this guy, these necromancers in this game aren't doing Dungeons and Dragons necromancy shit. They're just throwing fireballs at you. The ones in Dark Souls 2 just throw the same spells I'm throwing out. Their sort of thing is just being in their presence alters the way corpses behave. I'm not prepared to talk more about that because I suspect it's a difference in the way Japanese people treat the soul as a broad cultural concept compared to the way Westerners, specifically Anglo-Americans, treat the soul, and how that sort of manifests in video games and, role-playing games. Japanese Shintoism has very different concepts of animation or sapience. Inanimate objects tend to have souls. And we don't necessarily have that concept properly, not in an established sort of way. This is very dangerous. I was going to turn my HUD off, but I can't afford it. Where are you bitch? Come on. Alright, I'm gonna worry about him. Oh, the fucking lag. Okay. See if this has a different mask on it. If it doesn't, it's still got the masculine mask on it. Maybe they all do. I've been doing this for 2.5 hours now. Oh, I can't resist these. And I was just about to say, I'm doing this for 2.5 hours. I need to project some kind of stopping point. And I think that's going to be getting to Gravelord Nito's Covenant area, which is not that far from here. Gravelord Nito being the god of death in this game, the first of the dead, and the figure from whom I take my namesake. Love him, he's a sweetie. You can join his club and be a Gravelord servant. And it involves going into a coffin and communing with him. You get a sick-ass sword. Gravelord neat. So I think I'm going to do that, because it is pertinent to the scope of this whole mission. I do just think he's neat. Oh, nice! I got it. I got the skull lantern. So... you just run over here, and then... where is... shit. There's a drop down. It's not there. I think I forgot to turn that shit. Well, the good news is that shit kills them too. The bad news is they'll be back. And the good news is I have iframes when I'm doing this. So it gives me some time to breathe and wipe the goddamn sweat off of my... I should just kill him. He's gonna get in my fucking way. Do you see that, man? That motherfucker? So he's next to a lever, just like the one I pulled. I believe if I go... see, I pulled this lever, and now the bridge should not be spikes. It is him. It's him. He's watching me. Do you see his bald-ass little head right there? See him? That piece of shit? He's going to turn that bridge on me. Fuck me up. And normally I don't kill him, because I don't know why I don't kill him, to be perfectly honest. I usually don't have a problem. But I think I fucked up my run here. There's some way you could get to Gravelord's coffin without triggering him being there, and I did not do that. So we're gonna scope out the scene, try to figure out where I want to go. See, that's where you get the scythe. You see that? Fucking rude. Oh, even more rude. Oh man, this is not the run. I don't think I want to go there. I don't think I want to go in here either. I'm losing it. Does anyone remember how to get to the fucking Gravelord? Yes, I do. I do want to go here. I just want to do it fast. Go down. Keep going down. Ignore him. You do not keep going down. Rip. Rip and piss. I totally forgot how to get to the fucking... Man. I'm gonna call it. I don't want to run back. It's 2.5 hours. I'm done. I'm done. This is a good place to call it. Thanks everyone for showing up. This is a bigger turnout than I honestly hoped for. We'll see if I do this again. If so, I'd love to see you again. If not, I'll record them and upload them somewhere, and you can watch them at your leisure if you feel like it. But thanks for contributing, and I'll see you all again one way or another. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I was hoping you'd be here, Dustin. Yeah, I hope the sound was actually on this time. Love you too, Notch. Love you, everybody. I got it. How do I tab out?